Okay, welcome back from that quick break. We've been discussing the fluctuations of PMS recently. We have Dr. Joseph Obule, who is the PRO of Petran, also a lecturer of Ignatius Ajuri University, Port Harcourt, River State, who has been talking with us on the recent fluctuations. We have him back. Dr. Joseph, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can you please land on the thoughts?
You say what?
Can you please land on your thoughts? You were saying something before. I
can't remember the last conversation.
Okay. We're talking about Nigerians, if it was something planned about the Yuletide season. We had the low PMS, and then all of a sudden the fluctuations in January. I wanted to know if there were other factors behind this hike in PMS recently, or it's just the oil price.
I was trying to express my concern regarding the conflict between major marketers. The consumption or the purchase power of these major marketers can just be a smiling stop to Dangote refinery if they choose to buy from him. But the reason why they are choosing not to be patronizing the Dangote refinery, hence they are still buying from the international company, I don't know till tomorrow. And the federal government need to intervene. And this was one of the critical issues that was discussed at the last stakeholders meeting last week, Thursday. And I told her I was in attendance, and a lot of decisions were taken that would be better for the people of Nigeria.
So, Dr. Joseph, does it mean that this the latest edition of the Warri refinery working now has no effect on PMS? Because during the Yuletide season, we sort of felt the impact of refineries coming up, working, the Dangote, the Port Harcourt refinery, and Warri sort of started, and somehow we are at it again. Is it that these refineries, nothing actually is happening if these refineries are working?
Okay, let me explain, use a scenario to drive home my point and my worry. For instance, the person selling cassava in Lagos, let me say a kilo of cassava, if it's 20,000, and that your grandmother selling cassava in the village, let me say a kilo is 5,000, is a difference of 15,000. And the person selling in Lagos, if there is high demand and this person starts selling 50,000 per kilo, this your grandmother in the village that is selling to our locals, we are saying what has happened that for she to reflect her price to that of Lagos. So we are saying this crude oil, we have it locally. We have this refinery locally. We are not buying from the international community. Hence, crude is rising in the international market. Federal government should have a way of attending or approaching all this stuff so that Nigerians will not just say, we reflect your selling price, we reflect your buying rate based on the international market. Now let's ask, are you reflecting the minimum wage based on the international minimum wage? Are you reflecting the medical packages that you have in America and London based on international medical? So how should we be reflecting everything in Nigeria and referencing it to the international community? I'm not really comfortable with that. If you're reflecting everything on the international community, they reflect every other thing. Not just picking PMS are just right where it's picking up in the international market. We have no option, so we have to reflect as such. They will not reflect every other thing like that. I'm not really comfortable with that. I, as a person, this is my personal view, not Petron's view anyway.
All right, and that's my next question to say, this fluctuation that we are having, and the dimension of the international market to say when crude rises in the international market, so it affects our producing nation as well. One would want to say, must it always be like that? Yeah, this is international agreement and conventions, but is it possible for Nigeria, being an oil producing nation, we have our refineries, a private one, the public ones are coming up and they're working gradually to deviate from that convention? Is it possible? Because these are the questions from ordinary laymen Nigerians, traders, artisans, civil servants, who will never understand the dimension you have explained. But can Nigeria do away with that, from that norm?
At the moment, it's practically impossible unless there is an intervention from the presidency to say, this is my people. This should be like a social welfare package to them. whatever is happening in the international market. Let me put this to you.
Yes.
The total crude oil production in Nigeria per day, all is not designated for the international market. There's a quota, there's a volume reserved for the local refineries. So we are saying, for example, if a production has been done to that is 100%, and you're taking 80% to the international market to sell, so the federal government will have what to share at the end of the month, call it a federal allocation, like all the states go sit down there and share monthly. The other 20% for local refining, let that price not reflect on the international selling rate. That's my position. That's my position.
Dr. Obele, if I may quickly come in fact, that you have just taken it straight from my mouth. We are speaking. We have spoke rather in the past with industry, technocrats and all of these persons who have alluded to their point as well to say there is always a own quota when we are talking about production of oil. Nigeria, we always have a quota. You don't sell everything internationally. So what has happened to that own quota? Is it that the stakeholders, either is NNPCL in this case, or the Ministry of Petroleum, from Anike Lokobiri to Ekperikpo, the Minister of Petroleum himself, is Mr. President. Is it that they don't care, or they don't know, or they just want Nigerians to suffer? How? Because there is a home quota in the system. Please go ahead, Doctor. I guess he can't hear me. Can you hear me, Dr. Obele? All right, we'll try and reconnect, because that's an important question.
Yeah.
To say if you are producing, let's say 10 barrels, I don't know the quota, but at least 2 barrels should be left
to us,
as our oil producing nation. Every nation, every OPEC country, members, they have this. OPEC members, that's countries that produce petroleum. They have it. There is a quota that you should give to your home, to your country. Does that mean that everything that is being produced is sold in the international market? Or how does this thing work? We have refineries now.
Yes.
That we are told is working.
Or is working, exactly.
In Warri, in Port Harcourt, we are told the Kaduna refinery will be ready, in a foreseeable future. We have the Dangote International Petroleum and Petrochemical, what, and these things are functioning. So what has happened to that home quota? How should something is an international agreement, I understand, and oil is an international commodity, right? But then, the fact that we are an oil-producing nation, should we still be buying the way somebody from Niger will buy, the same way somebody from Zimbabwe will buy, the same way somebody from countries that doesn't produce oil will buy? These are some of the issues that we need to seek to, because it will never be understood, no matter the level of explanation.
It will never be
understood. To say, oh, if it increases, the price of crude increases in the international market, $80, then it will reflect that to him. If it reduces $75, it will reflect that to him. Sometimes it doesn't work like that. Because in Nigeria, if it gets to $90, we should be an addition. We are producing.
We are producing.
And we are selling at the international market, and the thing is expensive. Then it should be a joy. It should be a joy for us.
Yes, because we are making profits.
We are getting more money. Yeah. But then Nigerians will now be paying more,
because
the math is not matching at this point.
It's not matching. That was why I asked him, during the Yuletide season, we felt there was this joy that came in, and people were expecting, saying that. Joy.
Some persons, and I see you say significant. How significant is 970 to 950?
Well, some persons were buying at 1,300 and something.
Well, depending on the location.
It depends on the location, yes. Now, there's this expectation. Nigerians were expecting that, okay, since we had the Dangote refinery, Port Harcourt refinery came up, and then the Warri refinery has come up. There was this expectation that somehow PMS will come down to like 500. Truly, that's a wide, it's a wide one, yes, I guess.
That's a big leap.
It is, but with how we're moving, right? Yes. With the movement, we're expecting that, okay, we are having what do you call it, local refineries spring up from.
Yeah, at least we have 3 now.
Yes, we have 3.
And so there should be.
It should actually be reflecting in the price of PMS. So that's what I was asking. Now Nigerians are wondering. So if actually what we've been hearing from from the political leaders, from our leaders, saying that we should be calm, we should be patient, that something is going to happen at the light at the end of the tunnel, exactly. And we are seeing refineries spring up, and we're not seeing that light. It means that
we say we can't even locate the tunnel now.
That's it.
We need to talk about the light, because where's the tunnel now? We'll talk about it. These are some of the issues. I wish the technology will allow us to have this conversation.
Yeah,
because it's very important.
Very important
as well to note that averagely people would think it should be a plus. Like when you have a product and the product is in high demand and you have produced it, and people are now coming to say, oh, I will pay 70 naira. I used to sell it 70 naira, and you are making gains. All of a sudden, I'll pay 75. I'll pay 80 naira. You'll be happier because you are making more gains.
Why should it now come back to us?
And your production cost is still the same, and all of these things. But now we are hearing that if people should come and buy your product at 90 naira, then that means people in your neighborhood will pay more to get it. I'm not sure if that explains vividly, but it gives an idea of what we are trying to explain on this matter. And petroleum, just like I said in my introductions, is one thing that everybody gets to use, either directly
or indirectly.
Because if you have a car, you got to buy. If you have a motorbike, no matter the condition of your motorcycle, you will buy. If you don't have any of those,
you get into public transport.
Especially, you wave the bike man. You want to go there, or you want to move. In fact, if you are sitting in your house, you are working from home, in as much you are going to the market, it is reflective of what is going on, because people at the market gets to transport their goods and services from one place to the other, and you that you are going for that product and service or goods, you get to pay for that. So it links everybody. If you are riding a Rolls Royce, you use a petrol. Except it's an electric car.
This is what you're bringing Rolls Royce into.
No, I'm just making a statement to say if you are using the best of cars, you get to pay. And if your car is a jalopy, the one that all the children in the community will help you to push, you still have to buy.
Oh, when you're coming in, we can hear the sound from
the smoke. Except you are using solar-powered cars or electric-powered cars and all of these things. But we hope we'll get better, because I think Nigerians deserve better. We deserve better.
We deserve better.
Then, there are countries like Qatar. There are countries like the UAE. If the Abu Dhabis of this world, the Dubais of this world, Saudi Arabia, they are living well, living large, because they are all producing countries. And especially in Saudi Arabia, as we round off now, we have NNPCL. They have Aramco. Now, the Saudi Aramco will tell you that every ounce, every drop of oil in their system is accounted for. Every drop. Through the advent of technology.
I had a friend.
No truck can miss. No retail retail outlet owner can sell anyhow. Nobody can cheat you. No pump attendant can do anyhow. Even through the refineries, everything is accounted for, and everybody can see. And these are some of the issues that we see. In Nigeria, NNPCL. In this case, we have Mr. President as a minister of petroleum. So President and Minister Tinubu. This will be our parting shot this morning on this program, talking about the fluctuations in pump price. Nigerians deserve more. We understand the rudiment, the basics, the international conventions, like the higher crude oil is in the international market, the higher we get to pay. But if there is a way we can manage this situation, we have the home quota. As far as oil production and refinery is concerned, that should not be our lot. Nigeria should not be paying more. And as at this point, we deserve better. And that will be our party show today. Femi Ojo is my name. And we'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday edition. It's a throwback Thursday, actually. It's been long we have a throwback on Thursday, but we should have something for you by tomorrow. You can have a recap of this program and all other programs from this station, where we say it as it is, on our YouTube channel at Western Spring TV. Again, I'm Femi Ojo. God bless Nigeria. Uzam.
And I remain Uzam. So, Kichiku, see you tomorrow. Stay with us and stay safe.